Let's see if this starts working a little bit better. Just setting up Sideline FM. All right, legends, thanks for joining this little live stream. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking a look at Clarkey's rolling World Cup sides. And we're going to be just giving you our thoughts. We'll go through a couple of changes that we would make to those squads as well. Appreciate all you guys rolling in. And then we'll also we'll stay on for the Raiders and Sharks game as well, which should be super exciting. We had a couple of issues with the YouTube. That's why we couldn't start right on 2 o'clock. So I appreciate you guys having a bit of patience there. We usually use Riverside for all of our stuff. That was having plenty of issues. We've jumped on StreamYard. It does seem to be working, which is good to see. But let's get stuck into it, guys. Let's get stuck into it. Obviously, we've got Tonga up first. Clarkey's side looks like Isaiah Iongi at fullback, obviously pending the injury announcement, what the recovery looks like for him. Daniel Tupou and Dallin Watene-Zelezniak on the wings. He's got Tolu Kula and Rob Toya in the centres. He's got Junior Ramon at 5'8" with Isaiah Katoa at halfback. I'm just getting up my sides as well. He has got Adam Fanua-Blake Keon up front with Sonny Luke at 9. He's got Hamole and Finafuiaki on the edges with Taumalolo at 13. Havili, Stefano, Siwa Wong, Leka Halasima, Paul Alamoti, Fanua Pole as that little 19-man squad. And obviously Iongi's in there pending some knee scans. It sounds like he's done his syndesmosis, but he's also had another little injury in there as well. I think he's done his MCL or something. So he's going to be out for a little while. And he's pretty touch and go, I guess, for the World Cup. What are some of the notes here? Siwa Wong replaces Taniela Paseka for the interchange. Yeah, Taniela Paseka has been ruled out with his little knee injury. But look, other than that, like this Tongan side, I imagine Iongi is going to be out. So the changes I'd make there, Lehigh probably goes to fullback. But other than that, like it looks good. I think the big thing with having Junior Ramon in there is the fact that you don't need to rely on putting one of these fullbacks in 5'8". Like there'd be no chance Iongi would have played 5'8", coming off the back of a syndesmosis and MCL injury, defending in the front line. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. Having a guy like Junior Ramon available is really good for this team. I think he's been playing good footy in the lower grades as well, Junior Ramon, so it's a good little pick up there. And it's good that they have two out-and-out halves as well. It's good they have two out-and-out halves. Keon, obviously, up front is good to see. Adam Fanua-Blake, that's a pretty good starting pack. What did I have here? So he's got Tolu Kula and Rob Toya in the centres. We had Stags, obviously pending, I think he's going to play for Australia. So I think that's pretty fair enough, Tolu Kula and Rob Toya. To be completely honest, like, if Leka's not in my starting second row, he's probably in my starting centres. So I'd probably go Leka Halasima and Rob Toyer in the centres. And then I would go with Tolu Kula and Paul Alamotti on the wings. I don't know if Daniel Tupou is going to play in this World Cup. And I think Dallin's a little bit older as well. I'd go Alamotti and Tolu Kula, just, the younger guys. They're the future of this Tongan outfit. I'd probably go with those guys on the wing. That's just my opinion. Can the Rabbitohs interview Ben Teo? Wayne's doing a pretty good job at the moment, mate. I think for an assistant coaching role for sure. Be interesting to see what our coaches look like in their contracts, but he'd be a good little defensive coach. I think it's for next year, though. I think he can only negotiate for next year as part of his agreement with the exit for the Broncos. But look, just touching on, I think there's not too many other notes there. What else did I have for Tonga? Sonny Luke's my starting 9. He's got Sonny Luke there as well. I didn't really have a 14, so my pack is Aden Fanor, Blake, Stefano, Keon at 13. I had Finafuyaki and Hamole in the back row as well. My bench is Jason Taumalolo. Paseka's obviously out, so we've got to change that. So Paseka's out. I would probably go ahead and throw in Lehigh's obviously going to be the fullback. I'm just editing my 23-man squad, as we're going live. So Iongi's out, so Lehigh's going to go to fullback. Love how we're doing this live. Taniela Paseka's out, so I'd probably go with Havili there as I'd like to have a 14. So my bench will probably be Jason Tamalolo, Havili, Dimitri Valmonga, and Sitili Tupanua. I'm pretty sure it's only a 17-man squad for the World Cup too. I don't think you're allowed to have I don't think you are allowed to have a 6-man bench. I don't think it's going to be 6-man benches for this World Cup. I think it is going to be 4-man benches. So Taumalolo, Havili, Dimitri Valmonga, Sitili Tupanua on the bench. And then I would go for Siwa Wong. Who else is going to be in my squad? I need to have a look at some of the other guys because I've moved a couple of blokes around now. Who else has he got that I don't have? Looking at this side, he has got Fanua Pole. I've got Siva Talakai in my squad as well. Dallin, I guess you could throw in. I could throw in Dallin Wateni-Zelezniak as well into my squad. A good little depth there and experience. They've got enough outside back. They don't have enough outside backs depth-wise. Is there anyone else? Like Daniel Tupou I can throw into the squad as well just to fill a spot. Daniel Tupou. And then I need one more position. Guys, throw some names at me. Who have we missed? Who has my man Clarkey missed? And who have I missed, I guess, in just some of the names that I've read out there? Let us know in the chat. Love to hear your thoughts. But yeah, I would. Let's have a look at some of the comments of this post. See if there's anything for Tonga. Valmunga's in there. Anyone for Tonga specifically? Couple of CBAs for Tonga. Moving Lehigh to fullback, which is what we've done. I feel like there is a couple of guys that we're forgetting. I know that Tonga is absolutely stacked in the forwards. I do want to get some backs in there. There's definitely someone that we're forgetting here, team. Let us know in the YouTube chat, in the Sideline FM chat, if there is anyone that we are missing. I would go with Tonga. Oh, Dave Fafita. We haven't got Dave Fafita in this Tongan side. What are we doing? All right, that's definitely what we're doing. We're gonna get Dave Fafita in. And I think Tupanua with the hamstring is going to be out as well. So that's jersey 17 is either going to be Sitili Tupanua or it's going to be Dave Fafita. I cannot believe we nearly left out Dave Fafita as well. That's crazy. But it's a good looking side from Clarkey. He does tend to go well. He might move over to Samoa now. So what does Samoa look like? I'll get my Samoan side up as well, side to side. So Clarkey, he's got Siwa Falongo, at fullback. He's got Brian To'o and Greg Marju on the wings. He's got Critter and Hamaso Tabuai-Fidow in the centres. Chanel Aristevita, Jerome Luai in the halves. He's got Payne Haas and Francis Molo in the front row with Benai Uelu at 9. Simi Sasangi and Jeremiah Nanai in the back row with Junior Paulo at 13. Blaze Salongi, Tom McKaylee, Spencer Lenu, Helam Lukey, Gordon Chin-Kum-Tong, and Isaac Tungo there on the bench. So he's designed these with 6-man benches. I'm pretty sure that there isn't a 6-man bench, that there isn't going to be 6-man benches in this World Cup. I'm pretty sure it is going to be a 4-man bench. So what have we got? We had Falongo. We have Brian To'o. We've got Greg Marju. Hammer Critter centers. We've got that as well. I've got Chanel Aristevita at 7 with Jerome Luai at 6, but that's not going to matter too much. I feel like Chanel, we talk about it a lot with the Warriors. He's got the ability to really free up the guys that he plays with and just let the halves that he plays with play their natural game. So I think him and Luai will do very well together. We've got Payne Haas and Terrell May up front. He's got Francis Molo. I would probably go Terrell May. I don't know what the disrespect that Terrell May is here. But no, yeah, I'd have Terrell. I know that his form for the Tigers hasn't been very good, but like what he can do on the international stage, if he does play at his best in this World Cup, is going to be pretty exciting. So I'd have him in there. Benai Uelu at 9. We've got that as well. There's not too many 9s for Samoa, which is pretty unfortunate for them. And then I would go with... Yeah, he's got Simi Sasangi, Nanai back row. I've got Nanai Simi Sasangi as well. He's got Junior Paulo at 13. I've got young Salesi Feketi. Now, I think people were saying that Salesi was in the Tongan squad last year. I'm pretty sure he's eligible for Samoa and Tonga. And I think this Samoan side will probably need him more. So it'll be interesting to see where he pledges his allegiance. I think he's also eligible for New Zealand too. So that's going to be interesting to see, I guess, where Salesi Feketi ends up. But I've got him in this Samoan side at 13, pending his eligibility and what he decides to do. My bench is Gordon Chin-Kum-Tong at 14. I've got Tom McKaylee. I've got Junior Paulo coming off the bench for a bit of experience. And then I've got Colony Lemuelu. Helam Lukey can obviously be there as well. Just looking at this side, I think Helam Lukey is a guy you might have missed. We've got Lemuelu just with his skill factor. He can come on and be really silky with the footy. I think it's either or for me. The extended squad goes Murray Talangi, pending obviously how quickly he goes over to rugby. He has signed with French rugby guys. That's confirmed, Murray Talangi. Cleese Haas I've got in my squad as well. Adam Mariota, Anara Chihuahua, Blaze Talangi, and Francis Manu Leilua. I'd probably even say Francis Manu Leilua is in that discussion for jersey 17 as well. We didn't include... Did we include Spencer Lenu? Yeah, we didn't either. I'd probably say just with the fact that Junior Paulo's been out with injury for a while, I'd probably say Spencer Lenu's probably just got the jump on him. McKaylee Lenu, and I'm going to go Lemuelu / Francis Manu Leilua because I feel like that jersey's up for grabs, and / Helam Lukey as well. I'm a bit divided on that. Let me know what you guys think, I guess, in the comments for Sideline FM. And also for YouTube, who would you guys go with in there in jersey 17? He's got Helam Lukey. I've gone with Colony Lemuelu, but Francis Manu Leilua has been killing it, so I think that he can sort of grab a spot there as well. I think it'd be silly not to bring him in either. Yeah, I would probably go with Colony Lemuelu just with his skill. I want to see a little bit more from Francis Manu Leilua. He's been outstanding the last couple of weeks, but he is still very young. I think he's definitely going to be in this 23-man squad regardless, though. I've got him in jersey 23 at the moment. But yeah, jersey 17, I'm a little bit divided as to who I'd go with. What is next? We're going to fly through these as well because we've got about half an hour before the footy kicks off and obviously calling that game as well. Papua New Guinea. Have we got a PNG predicted side here? I don't think we do. We're just going to go off the cuff with this one then. Let's get stuck into this PNG side. Alex Johnson is at fullback for Clarkey. He's got Phillip Coates and Rob Derby on the wings. Zach Laybart and Nene McDonald in the centres. Goro Voro at 6 and Lockie Lamb at 7. Epple Capagnanus and Cooper Bai in the front row with Edwin Mbappe at 9. Reece Martin and Nixon Putt there in the back row and Jack DeBellin at 13. Finley Glare at 14. Richard Valentine. I think it's a Valentine Richard. I think he switched the names there. Our man Clarkey. Jacob Alec is playing in the Super League at the moment. Mackenzie Yeo, I don't know too much about. Liam Horn, I do know a bit about. Josh Folletti, also eligible for PNG. That's pretty good for them. I'd say to be pushing the starting side as well. How old's Nene McDonald? I think he's 30-something. Nene McDonald. Let's look that up. Nene McDonald. How old is he? Obviously, the Wi-Fi is doing absolute wonders at the moment, team. Nene McDonald. 32. Yeah, okay. So Nene McDonald, and if he's still playing good footy, then you could definitely throw him in there for sure. But yeah, Josh Folletti would be a little bit of a shout, maybe over Phillip Coates. Then again, Phillip Coates, big body, what you could get out of him as well. I don't mind this team. I like it. I think Jack DeBellin's more likely to probably play front row than he is to play at lock. I feel like Cooper Bai can play decent minutes at 13. You maybe start a Valentine Richard and have DeBellin coming off the bench maybe, since he's a little bit older now. Liam Horn, I think, will be near that 17 as well. He's very good, pretty versatile as well. Can play a bit of 9 and 13 too. I actually like maybe a Liam Horn at 13 if you want to play Cooper Bai in the front row. I don't mind this side, to be fair. I don't mind this side. I think he's done pretty well there as well. A couple of players we don't really know too much about. Jacob Alec always goes well for PNG. You could probably start him in the back row as well. Maybe play a Nixon Putt off the bench. But yeah, I like this side. I like this side from Clarkey. We might move on to New Zealand because we have got our New Zealand predicted side here, so it's a little bit easier to sort of compare where we sort of differ in regards to our selections. But for New Zealand, for Clarkey, he has got KP at fullback. He's got Ronaldo Mulatalo and Jermaine Asako on the wings. He's got Casey McLean Tomoko in the centres. Cody Nikorima at 6. He's got Jerome Hughes at 7. Fish and Nafa'u White in the front row with Marshall King at 9. He's got Nikora and Ipup in the back row with Tarpanay 13. His bench is Keanu Kinney, Moses Leota, Aaron Clark, Xavier Willison, and then Phoenix Crossland and Jordan Ricky are there on the extended. For us, especially with Dill Brown out now, as much as I love Cody Nikorima, I'd probably move KP to 5'8". So I'd go KP at 6. I'd have Keanu Kinney at fullback. We've got Asako and Ronaldo on the wings. I've got Chance in the centres. I think Tomoko defensively just isn't as safe. So I've got Chance in the centres with Casey McLean. Chance can come up with some big defensive plays. Even though at centre, he isn't as sound defensively. He can come up with some decent little plays there. So I don't mind the thought of him sort of sitting in that pocket. Let me turn the sound on there for the YouTubes. That wouldn't have been great. Yeah, so I would go Keanu Kinney at fullback. I would go Callum Ponga at 6. I'd go Chance in the centres with Casey. I've got Fish and Leota starting. I've got Crossland as my 9. I think he's been too good this year, and I love the thought of Marshall King, similar to like a Wade Egan, just with his craftiness around the ruck, coming on around tired forwards. I think that could be really, really good. So I would go with Marshall King at 14, and I'd have Phoenix Crossland starting at 9. I've got Xavier Willison in the back row, just with his versatility there. It gives you the option to bring some more big boppers off the bench. I've got Xavier Willison and Britt Nicker in the back row with Aaron Clark at 13. And then I've got Marshall King, Nafa'u White, Tarpanay, and IPAP off the bench. That's the way that I'm sort of going. I think that's a better rotation. You can play IPAP through the middle with his leg speed, or you can play him on the edge. You can play Tarpanay and obviously Nafa'u White through the middle of the field, and obviously Marshall King comes on at 9. My reserves would be Leo Thompson, Brandon Smith, Tamale Martin, I'd go Matsumoto Kyo Weeks, pending his eligibility as well. And I'd go Cody Nikorima in the squad. That's sort of the way that I'm looking at New Zealand. I think the bench rotation for me is just a little bit better in regards to, Aaron Clark, Moses Leota, Xavier Willison. Like most of those guys would come on through the middle. I think with Xavier Willison, you can start him on the edge. You can bring him on through the middle and then move IPAP there, or you can have IPAP move there with his leg speed. Xavier Willison can still come through the middle, with his runs. I think, just with the size factor of having all those guys on the field at the same time to start a game and the platform that they could lay early in games, I think that'd be super dangerous. As much as I prefer Willison through the middle, I think the size factor there, you could definitely get away with having Willison on the edges with the caliber of forwards that they have. I think you've got to start the Bash Bros together in Fish and Leota. As I said, Crossland's got to start at 9 with Marshall King off the bench for me. I think Brandon Smith just misses out. Although I could see a world where Brandon Smith maybe plays jersey 17 instead of IPAP for a couple of games and comes on at lock. I think that could be super dangerous. I don't think Brandon Smith is realistically going to be coming on at hooker in this World Cup, especially with the two hookers that they've got there. I think that if he does get selected for New Zealand, it's probably going to be at 13. That's probably the way that I would go anyway. Let's get stuck into the next one, which is Lebanon. Then we do have a Lebanese side here somewhere. Where are we? Here we go. We've got a little bit of one anyway. He's got an 18-man squad as well. Again, we don't know a lot of these guys, so we will try and just go through the guys that we know. But he's got Kiraz at fullback. He's got Tony Francis from the Gold Coast Titans and Jason Saab on the wings. Jordan Samrani and Nick Tsagranis, I believe that's how you pronounce it. He's got him on the wing. He's from the Dragons. He's got Dewey at 6, Moses 7, Tupu Francis, who plays at the Broncos. He's the 13 for the under-19s Origin side as well. He's starting in the front row with James Romanos. Alex Tall, 13. He's got Eli El Zakem, who I believe is I want to say he's at the Roosters. I had a depth chart for Lebanon. It'd be good to sort of get that up so I can see where a couple of these younger guys are at. Tony Sukkar in the back row. He's got Khalid Rajab, Khalil Raim, Charbel Tazapale and Jackson Raim there on the bench with Abbas Miski and Michael Gabriel in the reserve. So just before we go through our side, I want to see if I still have that saved Lebanon depth chart in my camera roll. I'm pretty sure I do somewhere. Bear with me because some of these younger guys I can sort of go through where they're sort of at as well. So where are we? Lebanon here. So that back row that he's got, Eli El Zakem. Let's see if we can find his name in this depth chart here. Where is he currently playing? He's playing at the Panthers and New South Wales Cup. So he must be going well there for our man Clarkey to have thrown him into that team list. Jackson Ram is playing at the Roosters. Charbel, he is, where is he? I feel like Clarkey's just picked a couple of randoms here, but, he probably does have a bit of ball knowledge there of the younger grades. Where is our man? I can't find him in this thing. To be fair, the Mole did post this as well, so how accurate this is going to be very interesting. I can't find his name on this team list. I'm not going to bother going through this too deeply, but our side, our 17 at least, was Kiraz at fullback. I have Jason Saab and Danny Gabriel on the wings. I've got Jordan Samrani and Michael Gabriel in the centres. I would probably go with young Nick Dzouris as well. Sagranis, sorry. Instead of and push Michael Gabriel out to the wing maybe. Tony Francis for me, just with the couple of the lack of first grade forwards that they've got, I even be tempted with how big Tony Francis is to maybe push him into the second row and have him playing there instead, particularly with the lack of depth that they've got. So that's where I've got him. I've got Dewey Moses. I've got Alex Tall in the front row with James Romanos. I have got Tupu Francis at 13, so not too many changes there in regards to the middles. I've got Tony Francis and Tony Sukkar playing in the back row is how I've got it, since Tony Francis is more of a bigger body. And then I'd go with Khalid Rajab, Mikhail Ibrahim, Jackson Rahm and Lewis Sard with Reese Robinson as my 18th man is the way that I would have gone. But as I said, I think Clarkey's got a bit of more ball knowledge on a couple of these names than what I would for Lebanon. Still got a pretty strong side, to be fair. Like, Samrani's playing good footy. Kiraz at fullback is dangerous. Jason Saab added to the depth chart as well is always nice. I think Brandon Wakeham is eligible for Lebanon, depending on, obviously, the situation there. The Fine boys, Latu, Samuela and Sione have all been denied playing for Fiji because they failed to present some information there. So I think they're all playing for Tonga or eligible for Tonga at this stage if they play in the World Cup at the end of the year. I think Samuela's carrying an injury. I think so is Latu too, just with a little bit of the word that I'm hearing around. Oh, my Alexa's having a little bit of a chat here as well. I don't know how the fuck that happened. That's interesting. Yeah, I think just the situation around Fiji at the moment, I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe Brandon Wakeham switch to Lebanon as well, which would be interesting. But I've had him in there at 9. Who did Clarkey have there for Lebanon? He had, another name I'm not too familiar with there. Let's get stuck into Fiji. What time is it now? 2:44. We're flying through these, which is good to see. All right, Fiji. So, Clarkey, he has got Dream Buller at fullback. He's got Jethro and Micah Sevo on the wings. He's got Salomone Solkulu, who's playing for the Tigers this weekend, making his NRL debut, and Sania Taruva. He's got him there in the centres. Kurt Donahue at 6, Brandon Wakeham 7, Jacob Saifidi, Regan Campbell-Gillard. That's a name we forgot about, Regan Campbell-Gillard. Out of sight, out of mind, obviously in the Super League. They're in the front row. Api Coruscant at 9. Kikau and Carl Tonga in the back row with Tane Milne at 13. And then we've got Penioni Tagi Tuimua, who is the 14 there, plays a bit of 9 for Fiji. Kyle Mafoa, who's a really good young back rower. Ben Nuku and Naku Buai there in that jersey 16, Kitioni Karatonga in jersey 17, Bailey Bentley Harpy from South Sydney at 18, and Ronald Phil Tonga at 19. There's a couple of names we forgot about there, to be honest, for Fiji. We were under the impression that the Finey boys are playing, so I guess without Latu Finey there, you'd probably move Brandon Wakeham back in to the halves. Just editing my side on the fly as well because we might post these up as Instagram posts. We had Tui Kamakamitha. I think he's done now. He's not playing too much footy at the moment, so we'll take him out and we will put Regan Campbell-Gillard. That's a great shout. As I said, out of sight, out of mind over this there in the Super League. Samuel Afanu isn't playing, so we've got to take that name out. He's gone with Kitioni Kaltonga, which is a great shout there by our man Clarkey. As I said, the ball knowledge is outstanding. He's all over it. Sione Fine, who isn't there as well, we'll take him out. We had Michael Wong around our bench for the Dolphins. We're going to keep that, but we will definitely... he's got Kitioni Kaltonga twice as well. So good he had him twice there. I would go with... so just moving a couple of these younger guys up. We had Kuresi Maya there. Colin Mafoa probably is on the bench there. Ronald Phil Tonga, he obviously is a winger, so he wouldn't be on the bench. I will put him in jersey 19 there. Move Kylan Mafoa into my bench or onto my bench. Probably makes more sense there in the English language. So Michael Wilner, Kuresi Mafoa, Colin Mafoa and Kuresi Maya. Terrell Callo from South. Bailey Bentley Harpy is a great shout. BBH. Is there anyone else that we've sort of forgot? I don't think so. We've got that young Penioni guy there as well. Mr. Pastrami. Micah Sevo is a guy we didn't include, I don't think. We had Semi Valame, Sania Taruva. That's probably the way that I'd go. I'd have Semi Valame probably in the reserves in jersey 23. And then I might move Sania Taruva to centre. And Micah Sevo, again, who's sort of out of sight, out of mind, on the wing. Micah Civil. There you go. Oh, these are pretty solid sides here from Clarkey's, doing an outstanding job. Let's move on to England. We haven't got a side in front of us, but we can sort of go through, I guess, a couple of the guys that they're missing zero tackle wise. Let's have a look. England players. Players eligible. Rugby League. Zero tackle. Let's go. International player eligibility. Let's go to England. So we have a bit of a sheet in front of us. All right. Let's go. So, for England, he's got AJ Brimson, at fullback. He's got Dom Young and Billy Smith on the wings. Herbie Farnworth and Ash Handley there in the centres. Mikey Lewis and Jake Connor in the halves. Again, Clarkey's got a decent bearing, I guess, on Super League form as well. Maxi King at 8 and Morgan Knowles at 10. He's got Brad O'Neill at 9. That's a name I haven't really seen before. Clarkey'S Paul and Junior December, who's pretty good there on the edges. Victor Radley, 13. Jez Litton, who was the star of the show in that Ashes series there at 9 for England. He's at 14. Caleb Hamlin Uele there at 15. Morgan Smithies at 16. Luke Thompson, 17. James McDonald at 18. And Jack Wellesby at 19. Couple of changes we'd make there. I'd probably go Wellesby at fullback, pending his form in the Super League, obviously. I'd probably move AJ into the centres. As much as I'd love AJ Brimson at fullback, I think it just makes their side look a little bit better, at least in my eyes. I would go with, who else is eligible? Now, Jaden Brayley's obviously eligible, whether he gets picked or not. Ben Tolte's eligible, whether he sort of pledges his eligibility over to England. I think he already has Ben Tolte. I think he is playing for England. They've got John Bateman there, who I don't think is getting picked this year. Dom Young, he's got Morgan Gannon from the Warriors. I don't think he's getting picked. Morgan Knowles, he's got there in the front row. Max King, Morgan Smithies, Jaden Brayley. Blake Brayley obviously would be eligible as well, but I think he's going to play for Australia. I think he'd probably be someone that gets picked at 9 for the Aussies as well. Well, that's pretty much it for notes on that one. I think it's a pretty strong side. As I said, I think that Clarkey's got a bit more of a hand as to the form in the Super League than probably what I do. So it's a pretty good-looking side, to be completely honest. Let's go to the last one, which is... Oh, no, Cook Islands. We've still got to go as well. Let's go to Cook Islands. So he's got Valentine Holmes at fullback for the Cookies. He's got Paul Ulberg and Essam Ioka there on the wings. Kale Ilo and Ruben Rennie there in the centres. He has got Brad Takalangi there at 6 with Esan Masters at 7. He's got Davey Moali there at 8. Josh Papali'i at 10. Mason Teague there at 9. Brennan Piakura and Murata Niakore in the back row. Michael Molo at 13. Ruat Nagatakura. He's got Ruben Porter. Is he still playing? I think he might be playing Ron Massey. Ruben Porter. Pretty sure I saw his name in a Ron Massey side. Might be completely wrong about that if I am. He was at the Dragons, I'm pretty sure, at one point. Unless I'm thinking about a different player. Pride Peterson, Rabadi, and Makahesi Makatai, who I think is at the Roosters still. And then he's got Cassius Cowley, who's I think the fullback and half that they've got there. And then Kaylee's Paul Putoko, I haven't seen his name too much. Other names who are eligible, Xavier Willison, who's probably going to play for New Zealand. Kale Iro, who's got there. David Mawali's got there. Charles Nigel Clockstad, I think, will play for New Zealand. Murata Niakore, Val Holmes is the names they've got there on zero tackle. I think he's got them all there. So pretty solid looking side there. I just don't know about Val Holmes playing fullback. Just with the runs in his legs, I'm not too sure I'd be able to handle it there. I feel like he might be a little bit of not a liability. I just feel like he'd be better suited to the centres than he would there at fullback, particularly at right centre. I think he'd do quite well. Cassius Cowley, I'm not sure if it's him that usually plays fullback for them, but I'm pretty sure I think he has played a couple of games for them. If I go to, Let's go to the pack champs and see what their other side was, just to see if there's a couple of other guys, I guess, missing out. Let's go to the draw. Let's go to pack champs. Where are we? What was their most recent side? So Essa Mallorca is the guy that usually plays fullback. I'd play Essa Mallorca at fullback. I'd move. Ruben Rennie's usually a center, so you can't really move out him. Kaylee's Paul Potoko was on the wing. Last year he was named at 6 and ended up playing on the wing. He might even play fullback a little bit as well. Maybe you move him to fullback. Cassius Cowley's, usually the half, but they had named Easton Masters at fullback and ended up playing him at halfback. I think they did that a couple of times. Just looking at a couple of other sides. Reece Dakin was a good player. I'm pretty sure. Is he in this lineup somewhere? He'd be a guy that if he's still eligible to play, I would be. Delilah Wigmore is a good player as well. I'd play him if he's eligible. I think he's at the Panthers at the moment doing good things in Cup. So he's a name that I'd definitely want to see there again for Cook Islands. I'd probably play Essa Mallorca at fullback, and then I'd have Val in the centers is the way that I'd sort of be looking at it. I think that's going to suit them a lot better. Or even have Val on the wing, because Val had that really good game on the wing against the Tigers, defended very, very well. They're probably one of his better defensive games this year, to be completely honest. Let's quickly get stuck into the Aussie side before the footy starts. So, our man Clarkey, he has got for this Aussie side, Bradman Best, obviously, he's been ruled out for tomorrow's game. Failed the fitness test on his calf. Devastating for Newcastle. Be interested to see if our man Phoenix Crossland also plays. I know that he had a calf injury as well. At this stage, it looks like he's going to play. But the Australian side, so they've got Teddy at fullback. He's got Selwyn Cobbo and Tom Jenkins on the wings. Tom Jenkins on the wing, he's that's a huge call. Bradman Best, Katoni Staggs, centers. He has got Munster Cleary halves. He's got Tino and Mitch Barnett in the front row with Harry Grant at 9. Liam Martin, Ruben Cotter in the back row with Isaiah Yeo 13. That's obviously going to be interesting to see if he plays with that pec injury. He's obviously avoiding surgery now, but he might need some form of surgery maybe after this season. Sam Walker at 14. Lindsay Collins at 15. Murray, Paddy Carrigan, Blake Brayley, Dylan Edwards. Now, obviously, this has been built with a 6-man bench. As I said, I don't think there's going to be 6-man benches in this World Cup. So I'm not too sure if that is going to be the way that they go. Obviously, this game's about to start. So just quickly, some changes that I'd probably make to this side. I think it's been pretty much confirmed that Reece Walsh is going to be the fullback for the Aussies. I think that that's the way that Kevin Walters is going to go. So I think that Reece will be at fullback. I think Teddy will be in the 23-man squad that they name. So I'd probably go Walsh at fullback. I'd have Cobbo on the wing for sure. I'd probably go Josh Adokar on the other wing just because he's been there before. He's got the experience in the World Cup environment for the Kangaroos. Tom Jenkins is a good pick. Other guys that they could go for as well. I'm just trying to think for the Aussies. I'm just going to go back to my recent predicted side as well and see what I had, even though a lot's changed since then. Where are we? Scrolling down quite a bit to find it. We had Latrell Mitchell in the centres pending his fitness, obviously, but I think Bradman Best will probably get it. Staggs, I think, has been confirmed to grab a spot. I'd have Ethan Strange maybe in one centre as well, pending Bradman Best's fitness as well. He's had a couple of calf injuries. I'd probably, gun to head, I'd probably even go look at Ethan Strange and Tony Staggs in the centres, just with, Ethan Strange having experience in rep sides in the centres, obviously playing in that under-19s origin side in the centres as well, coming through grades a little bit at centre. I'd go with Ethan Strange in the centres, giving him a little bit of a roaming licence, and then maybe a Katoni Staggs or a Bradman Best, because Ethan Strange, he has played right centre before. So you could interchange him quite a bit there. I did have Tom Dravojevic on the wing. That was prior to his injury. We put this side together. But yeah, I'd probably go maybe Addo Carr. Tom Jenkins is a really good shout. I think Heroes will play for Lebanon, so he's out of the discussion there a little bit. Who else, I guess, is going to be? There's definitely some obvious names that we're sort of leaving in the midst there. People have thrown Dylan Edwards on the wing. I'm not too sure that they'll go that way. Yeah, I'd probably go Addo Carr for a really safe option there on the wing for the Aussies. But yeah, I think Tom Jenkins, it's definitely a smoky, but it's not the worst shout. I had Sam Walker and Nathan Cleary at this stage probably being the halves. Now that I've got a deeper thinking about it, I had Munster and Nathan. I think that's probably the most likely option that Kevy will go for, but I think Sam Walker will probably he might grab that spot too, depending on how deep into the finals the Roosters go. I've got Tino pending him switching over to Samoa, along with Isaiah Yeo in the front row with Harry Grant at 9. My back row would be Liam Martin and Tallis Duncan. I've got Murray at 13. My bench would be, pending obviously how he overcomes his injury, Tom Dearden at 14. But that could be one of Tom Dearden or Blake Brayley. Let's just say Tom Dearden's injured. I'd probably go Blake Brayley 14, Paddy Carrigan 15. I would go with Ruben Cotter 16 and Max Plath 17. Just with the fact that Yo can play big minutes and so can Tino. Other guys you could throw in there would be like guys like Keon Kalamatangi, who played for the Aussies in the Ashes series, but he'll probably play for Tonga in this World Cup. And then my extended squad, you could throw in guys like Tedesco. You could throw in guys like depending on how you want to structure your bench. A couple of other forwards, Mitch Barnett. I haven't got in my starting side, so you could throw him in there. Just getting up the Ashes side from last year, that might help us a little bit. Not the World Club Challenge. We want to get internationals. Let's have a look at the latest side that they sort of had there. You could throw in guys like Munster into that extended squad. Lindsay Smith is a good option. You could throw in Lindsay Collins, we haven't got on our bench as well, some forwards. You could throw in, depending on who you have in your centres, guys like Ethan Strange, take him obviously in the squad. Jacob Preston will obviously be there for the back row. I think guys from Para, a guy from Para, Jack Williams, I think will be there. I think the Couchman boys are going to get seriously close to being in this 23-man squad as well. Hamish Stewart's been thrown up by his coach and Dean Young. So there'll be a couple of guys in that extended squad that you could definitely throw in there, but very exciting. I'm keen to see what this side looks like. I definitely need to put a more updated side together as well. And I'll throw a couple of these rolling sides on Instagram too. But let's get stuck into the footy, guys. The footy's about to start. Cronulla and the Canberra Raiders. We're going to switch our screens over. And what we will do is sharing that screen. Perfect. All right, kick off. Let's go. Let's go. Get the scoreboard nice and big for you guys there. There we go. Sweet as. Oh, let's go. Let's go. We will keep the Sideline FM chat going. Oh. Oh. Good start from the Canberra Raiders. Very good opening set from them. Very good opening set from Canberra. Guys, if there are any questions that you have in the Sideline FM or YouTube chats, we'll get stuck into all of those. We did pick an earlier game today. Here you go. I'll keep the YouTube live chat up here as well. Just throw the link on the story just in case A couple of the people on the Instagrams want to jump on over and watch it. Appreciate you all jumping on. You would have missed out on us taking a look. At the World Cup sides that Clarkey had put together on Instagram. Shout out to him doing good things. Clarkey's rugby league column, but you'll be able to see that after the stream concludes. Obviously, but we're obviously watching the game now. The Cronulla Sharks and the Canberra Raiders. Canberra had a really good first set. They've obviously given away a penalty here. It looks like Hines is going to slot the goal. Obviously, the record didn't seem to last too long for our man, Nico Hines. Oh, got it. He only just got it. Looked like he missed it there, Nico Hines. I'll get the Sideline FM link up. We don't want to take a photo of the floor. Don't know why it's done that. Yeah, where's my Sideline FM? Well, that's huge. Cronulla 2 up. The Raiders actually had a really good start. Looks like Morgan Smithies has come off with a HIA as well. So I think that's Joe Roddy that's come in a little bit early into this contest. Just putting the Sideline FM link on the Instagram so we can get a couple more people. Canberra have been good, though. They've been solid in defense. Very, very solid. Had some really good sets getting into the red zone there against the Sharkies. So the Sharkies will really want to tighten up their D without Addin Fanua-Blake, who's a bit more of their enforcer, their leader in the pack. It'll be interesting to see how they go today without him. Oh, McInnes has just been hit too. Maybe a little bit high. There you go. Sharks penalty. There you go. Tough one for Cam McInnes, but they got the penalty. So the Sharks have a key attacking opportunity. Again, it's going to be really interesting to see how they go about getting their points without Addin Fanua-Blake there through the middle, really giving them a ton of ascendancy and aggression through the middle there. They've got guys like Calhoun, who's been going really well. Really rate Calhoun and how he's been going. Here you go. Sharks go right side. Hines sort of went himself there. Bit of a settler. Fourth tackle. Set up right post. Here we go. What are they going to do here? Trindle, nice little kick. Oh, he got it himself. Did he beat KO Weeks to that? How good, Trindle. He's got a little bit of pace on him too. Braden Trindle, that's huge. He's holding his arm out. Oh, surely he hasn't been injured. That would be huge if he's injured. Good little line ball there from Cam McInnes. Quick play the ball, and Hines obviously takes his carry, and then they set up right post to go left. Trindle just puts the kick in, catches Kyle Weeks out of position. How does he beat Kyle Weeks to this ball? That's what I want to know. Kyle Weeks being one of the faster guys in the NRL. He's beaten Kyle Weeks to that ball. Kyle Weeks was caught in the line there. And Trindle gets the points for this Canberra Raiders team. That's huge. Absolutely huge. Trindle has come off with an arm injury. Oh, that is... Oh, no. If that's forearm, that would be devastating. Forearm or bicep maybe for Braden Trindle. That is going to hit the Sharks hard. Obviously, a pretty poor loss last week against the Dragons. And if Trindle's out, that is going to be absolutely massive. Try score a mechanism for Trindle dislocated shoulder. Textbook according to the physio. That's huge. Here we go. Big, that's huge for the Sharks. Like, obviously they're 8 up, which is great. They have been quite lucky. I mean, they were pretty lucky, obviously, getting into that field position with a couple of penalties there from the Raiders. But the Raiders have been good with their defense. They've flown out of the line. They've really tried to put the pressure on. So hopefully they can keep it up and maybe force a couple of errors out of this Sharks team. So what, McInnes is playing 5'8", I think. They do this weird thing, like if one of their halves is out, Brayley sort of plays half/9 and McInnes plays a bit more of a running role, and they just bring on an extra forward. Maybe that's what they're doing. You'd think that's probably what they're doing. Oh, here we go. Nakora. Oh, that was on. Savage did well to sort of get in the line there and disrupt that. Here we go. Tough little period here for the Raiders. Sharks have really got a bit of energy about them here. Oh, okay, so is that Puru? Puru's come on? Maybe Puru's playing like a lock /5'8" hybrid role. And McInnes is playing that 580 hybrid maybe, or I don't know what they're doing, the Sharkies. It'd be interesting to see, I guess, which pockets they're defending in defensively. It seems like McInnes is still in the middle. So is Brayley. Yeah, Puru is defending in that half pocket. So maybe Puru's playing 5'8". We'll have to wait and see. I need a couple more sets just to watch. That was huge from Puru, that chase. Massive from Puru. I still can't believe that as well. It's going to put so much more pressure on Hines to sort of get them out of trouble too, kicking-wise. Like, I think that's an underrated thing that people don't really look at with Trindle and Hines. Like, Trindle does majority of the kicking, especially getting the Sharks out of their own end after a couple of tough sets. Yeah, I think Puru's playing 5'8". Pretty sure anyway. As I said, they do that weird hybrid thing. So maybe that's what they're sort of doing. Yeah, Puru's just running the ball. Yeah, so I think they are just putting Puru in that defensive pocket, but they're just getting an extra runner on. And then it will really be Brayley and Hines that sort of dictate things. which they've done before. I think a lot of people will remember that Storm game where Atkinson played half and 5'8", and obviously they had McInnes playing a bit of a hybrid role, and then you had Brayley playing a bit of a hybrid role as well. Did a bit of kicking out of 9 too. So that's going to be a bit of a watch. That is going to be a huge watch. Here you go, penalty Raiders. That's big. Get them out of their own end. Some good little sets there from the Sharks. Throw some stuff in the chat, guys. If you want any questions answered, rugby league related, throw them in the chat. Happy to answer a couple of questions, queries, your thoughts on the game. We'll break it down, obviously at halftime, but as well throughout the call as well. If you guys want to throw in any questions, queries, throw them in. Oh, here we go. Right side plays, Savage. He's gone, skis. Huge. What is he doing? He tried to run back under the posts, and then he's run past the post and had to go back as well. Oh, that's good stuff. Good little try there from the Raiders. Really good little right side play. Obviously, they get the penalty. They still had a fair way out of their own end to work. This is from the 50. Sanders back to Kyle Weeks. Kyle Weeks down that right side, cut out to Savage, and they'd already got past Kennedy at that stage because Kennedy sort of jammed in to be a part of an extra man in that defensive line, I think. They had Brayley even defend. Brayley's actually defending in that 5'8" pocket. You'd think the Raiders would just go there all day. That's probably going to be the game plan now for the Raiders, just to go down that pocket all day now. Brayley out of position. You can see him defending outside that back rower in the 3-man. So they'll go there all day. The Canberra Raiders. Good little try there from not so Timu Savage. Would you call him Timu Brandon Savage? I'm not too sure. Here you go. Kick to come from Savage by name. No, this is Sanders, the Colonel. As I said, team, throw some questions in. Confirmed dislocation for Braden Trindle. Usually 3 to 6 weeks. Could need surgery unless there's a fracture. They will try and delay till post-season. Just a ticking time bomb situation when he's back. Looks like he wants to go back on. It's possible, but ticking time bomb would be a big one. Yeah, I doubt that Trindle's getting back onto the field. Why would you do it against Canberra? Sharks obviously want to get some wins into the back end of the season, but where are the Sharks? The Sharks in the 4 still? I think the Sharks are still in the 4. I think they're locked into finals. Like, I don't really understand why you'd want to, they're 5th. They've dropped out. So the Dolphins are in the 4 at the moment. So the Sharks will win this. They'll go back in the 4. Like, I just don't know why you would, risk bringing Trindle back on. Justin, I can't show the game. I think you might have asked the question last time as well, but obviously with the TV rights and whatnot, if I show the game, I'll be banned within 5 minutes. I'd get banned pretty quickly, mate. So, and KO is pretty good with it as well. Like with KO, if you were to try and stream the game, even if you like recording or anything like on any sort of streaming platform, the screen goes black. So they're pretty good when it comes to not letting anyone stream the footy. They've got all that in place. But yeah, even if I was to figure out a way to stream the game, brother, it'd be shut off within 5 minutes. Not even, probably 2 minutes. It's actually like funny for momentum even as well. We showed the tiniest bit of game footage in one of our reels. The TikTok got banned straight away. So yeah, they're pretty onto it, the NRL, and the moderators there as well. So I'm sorry, brother, can't show the footy, but I'll try to commentate as best as I can. We'll talk a bit of footy. If you have any questions NRL related too, Justin, feel free to throw them in the chat, brother. Happy to answer any of your NRL related questions. We can have a bit of a conversation as well. The Raiders in good field position here. Sanders, he's going to put up a little bit of a kick. Kyle Weeks busting out a couple of tackles. He's already been pretty dangerous. Had a nice hand in that Savage try. But he's going to go down right on the 20. So 0 tackle again. They got a 6 again here. Canberra Raiders. Hoskins going to take a nice little settler. It might be another penalty here for the Raiders. So Raiders getting a bit of luck early. Let's see what they do here. They're going to go for the tap. I mean, they've got the ascendancy right now. I'm surprised they didn't go for the 2 and level it 8 all, to be honest. They're going to have a crack at the try line. Joey taps. He's got a hand free. Doesn't throw the offload. Play the ball here right on the line. Owen Paddy's going to jump out of dummy half. He's going to score. That's a try. Owen Paddy, well done. Oh, what is he saying? Turn the volume up a little bit so I can sort of hear what the calls are. Maybe he didn't get it down. Yeah, Nicker has done a really good job if he slid under this ball. Oh, it's try. Yeah, he's got possession the full time and he grounded it. Yeah, there you go. Try on Paddy. That's huge for Canberra. They took the risk. They rolled the dice, obviously, to they took the risk to obviously go and have a play at the line. They could have just taken the 2 and leveled the game at 8 all, but yeah, they chose to take the risk and risk rewarded. That's huge. Owen Paddy out of dummy half. Purdue was expecting Sanders to get the ball out the back, so he stayed committed on Sanders and didn't, jet in on the 9. There wasn't a lot of communication there defensively, and Owen Paddy just took that gap on, and Nicker nearly did a good job at holding that ball up, but Paddy just too good. Here you go. Raiders are up 12-8. That's going to be the key for the Canberra Raiders today. Is I know they obviously just got to try straight through the middle there, but I think they've got to go hard at Brayley if he's defending in that 5'8" pocket there at the 3-man. They've just got to go hard at Brayley and force an error out of him defensively or a miscue. That's going to be the key, and you've got a really good attacking right edge there. Kyle Weeks loves going down the right-hand side, so that's definitely going to be the key. Colonel Sanders is in some good form as well with his kicking game, so Morgan Smithies just got ruled out due to the HIA. Oh, tackle from Brayley. That's a huge tackle from Brayley. Oh, Savage nearly got that ball. Yeah, Sharkies look a little bit rattled without Trindle there. Without Trindle there, sorry. Good little tackle from Brayley because he knew that they were going to come after him, so needed to make a bit of a statement defensively. But I don't think it's really going to stop the Raiders from going down that way and really trying to force an error out of him. I wouldn't be surprised if Brayley's still making probably 50 plus tackles today because I think they're just going to go after him. Oh, tackle from Taps. But good field position though, 50 metres out. I think this is going to be a huge lipness for Hines. Saints podcast, Les. I must say you look incredible every day, but you must have woken up with a special. Oh my god, Elijah, mate, cool the Jets, son. Cool the Jets. Oh, Hines came out of the line, sort of rattled things a little bit. Strange, sorry. Here we go. Big kick here. Huge kick. Jesus, Kennedy did well there. How many likes for a date to Jobel's Cafe? I'm free after this, Elijah, so we'll go straight away, mate. Always got time for you, kid. Oh, fuck. I think you've got to give a lot of credit to the Sharks. They've done well defensively. They've really done well to sort of make it work on that left edge defensively. But the Raiders aren't even going there as much as I thought they would as well. If I was the Raiders, I'd almost be sending a back rower straight at Brayley every second tackle and just making him work hard and really fatiguing him because. Like you want to, that's the weakness. Like he never defends at the 3. I know he's a really good defender, Brayley, but if I was the Raiders, like I'd be going there pretty much every second tackle, or at least once a set. I'd get, I think it's Nicholson on that edge. I'd get Nicholson just going hard and straight in between Brayley, and I think it's Wilton on that edge. That's where I'd be going. Yeah, the Sharks have done incredibly well here. Here we go, Hines to Wilton. You got to think that Hines probably has about 3 try assists, stands up here, has a huge game. So much more pressure on Hines in this one, particularly because when Hines has played well the last couple of weeks, him and Trindle have both played well together. So he's without his main man sort of helping organise a bit. He's pretty much got to do a lot of the organising and everything himself now. Oh, no. Penalty try. Could be a penalty try here. Let's have a look. Sanders taking out Wilton, I think he said, on the coverage. He wouldn't have got there. He would have got close. He's just committed to a defender that's put the kick through. If he makes a defensive decision to go after Wilton, Wilton's kicking the ball, and as a defender, he's making a decision to go at him. There's no way he's taking him out with it's simultaneous. That's a fucking joke. If Sanders is about to go to the bin, if Sanders is about to go to the bin, that is an absolute joke. Yeah, I don't think old mate has really an argument against what Tups is saying. Like it's a simultaneous tackle with Teague Wilton, who has possession of the ball, he's kicking it. It's simultaneous contact. That's rough. That is rough. Thank Christ Sanders didn't go to the bin though. Far out. You think the Sharks would score here? They're right on the line. Oh. Offload. Billy Burns. I'm going to tell you what, if the touchy was able to score tries, that would have been a good pass. Nah, that was neat little bit of skill there. Just mistimed that. Thought he was someone else, I think. His hair's not long and wet enough to be throwing passes like that, I don't think, Billy Burns. Credit to him, though. Bit of confidence about him. Oh, Wilton. Jesus. I mean, Tamale did well to bounce off that and keep going, but jeez, that was contact from Wilton there. Big tackle. There you go. Big taps through the middle. Yeah, a big kick here from Sanders. Nice. It's a huge kick. With how high that went and how long it went, that's a huge kick from Sanders. Sharks have just got to make an effort to constantly be in that end of the field and just keep the Raiders as deep and out of the red zone as they possibly can. Because I think if the Raiders do get into the red zone, like, they're just going to go hard at Brayley and try to force an error defensively there, or even just get some quick play the balls and fatigue the middles a little bit. Like, you're not playing with a guy like you don't have Adam Fanor Blake there that's going to get 60 odd minutes, so the rotation's going to be a little bit skewed with a couple of younger guys who aren't used to playing decent minutes. So that'll be interesting to see how that works. Yeah, Trindle's been a massive out in terms of their attack. But they're still sort of just figuring out on the fly how they're working. Like you've got Brayley coming out and doing a couple of double X's just to get them set on either side of the post when they are in good ball. And, Hines is trying to take a bit of control down both sides of the field, but they're sort of still just working out, I guess, how it's all going to work. Even though this sort of play has worked for them in the past, like it just looks a little bit uncomfortable. As long as they'll get into a good ball, they're sweet. Like they've got good enough attacking players and executors like Hines with his cutouts and stuff, where they'll probably score points. But like going into the next couple of weeks, if Trindle's going to be out, that's massive. Oh no, Brayley. Oh, jeez. Cronulla just lapped that up. Look at that pass. Jesus. Oh, Burns. Jeez, that was a risky offload. That's 6 again, but fuck. I think the Sharks will score in this set. I think Sharks will score. That's another penalty as well for a dip tackle. He's tapped with both feet. Yeah, this will be an interesting set. They still look very uncomfortable. Like not even uncomfortable, but like the Sharks look like they're still really just trying to work out, I guess, what this attack is going to look like. You even see, Brayley's getting out 2 defenders wider of the 9 and acting as that first receiver like Trindle does. So they really are just trying to find out like what this attack is going to look like and how they're all going to play all these different roles. They've got an extra forward on the field. That's going to throw out their rotation as well. Oh, it means they've got an extra forward to account for with the 8 interchanges. Oh, little bananas. Oh, Savage is there. Kayla did very well there. Jesus, he did well there to put that down. I was going to say this replay. Jesus, he did well to get outside of Savage there. That's not a great look for Savage. Savage got there too. Oh, there you go. The little shimmy. He's not. He's not in. Oh, Savage. Savage saved that try. He knows it too. in the bunker just got a bit confused. Yeah, he's out. He's out there. I mean, it's pretty clear to see. Come on, guys. Come on, bunker. The Les bunker got it before the NRL bunker did. Let's go. Yeah, good tackle from Savage. I was gonna say, like, I would have been shocked if he didn't make that tackle on him there. He was right on him. I know that Iro was very strong in the legs, but fuck, you'd think that Savage would have got him out there. Here we go. Let's see if the Raiders can get into some good field position. They need to just try hard and really catch out Brayley. Feels like they've after that tackle on Sanders, they've sort of just not gone there as much. They're going the other way. Here we go. Oh, went straight to Kennedy. That kick needed to go low and behind Kennedy and really put pressure on him. Here we go. Let's see what the Sharkies do if they can sort of pull them. So, oh fuck. Yeah, it's gonna be Raiders ball here in good field position too. Yeah, look, I would have if I was Jed Stewart. Like it would have been harder to do on the run, but I would have tried to sort of banana curve grubber that kick, like just behind Kennedy, and make him have to turn around and run back. It just gives the other guys chasing a bit of extra time to get to Kennedy as well. So you could have probably plugged him in his own end, or maybe even dragged him into the in goal, depending on how deep the kick sort of goes and where it sits. As I said, it probably would have been a little bit harder to do, but that's sort of my thinking. There you go, Papali'i. Nice little run there. Gets them set up. They're going to go down that right side. Oh, what do you use Nicholson straight at fucking Brayley? Are they going to go short side? No. They do love this left-hand side attack. They love the right edge D of the Sharks. There you go. It worked out. Jed Stewart, well done. Yeah, there must be something that they've sort of seen in video about the right edge, or maybe that Hiroti at centre might have had a couple of things. Let's just watch this play out. Sanders, their spacing was really good. They did get pretty compressed. Like there wasn't a lot of check and release there. They sort of just stayed in a bit of a compressed line, and by the time that cutout pass is thrown, there's no one there. Hines didn't release. Yeah, Hines didn't release there on the check and release. Puru had him covered, Strangey. Tough one. Tough one. The Raiders are up though, 16-8. Sharkies. Here we go, Colonel Sanders with the boot locked in. Yeah, they've confirmed that Brandon Trindle will not come back onto the field. He wanted to, but looks like his day is done. Yeah, look, every time the Raiders do seem to get into good ball, their attack's obviously a lot better. Obviously, having both halves there, it looks a lot more connected. Where, as I said, that the Sharkies are really sort of struggling to find themselves without Trindle in the side. They're really struggling with this Brayley and Hines combo, what it's supposed to look like, how they're supposed to be playing. As I said, the extra forward that they've now got on the field as well is sort of going to hurt. Where if they had like a Riley Pollard or someone on the bench that they could probably throw into the halves, at least then, you know, Brayley can sort of be at his crafty best out of the 9. Doesn't have to worry about doing all the half stuff and getting them to certain spots like Hines and Trindle usually do. It seems a little bit awkward what they're doing right now. It seems pretty awkward to them at least. Like they are taking a while to figure it all out. Here we go. Much better. Peru just running that line. Love it. Oh, there you go, Teddy Wilton. That's like they've almost got 2 back rowers in attack when they're playing like that too. Because obviously Brayley's going to go into the 9 position. They've almost got 2 back rowers that can run really cheeky double leads or even just go one lead after the other and really fuck up the defense close to the line. Which is sort of what they did there. 2 lead runners, bang, bang. Completely threw the defense off. They just need to keep doing that. In good ball at least. Yeah, maybe they are sort of starting to figure it out a little bit. The mole saying that Matt Duffy might have just re-signed with the Bunnies as well. That'll be one to watch out for. If any Bunnies members are in, let us know. Good little try there from our man Teagues. Our man Teague Wilton did a really good job. As I said, it's almost like an attack. They've got 2 back rowers. You know, Purdue just sort of roams where he's needed. Purdue ran a really nice line there, and then they had another lead out the back for Wilton, which was really cool. Nice little set play there from the Sharkies. And it's taken them a while in this half to really figure out how they're going to go about their footy without Tricky. But maybe they're just sort of starting to figure it out. Here, a little kick from Brayley just into the corner there. Decent little line speed. That chase could have been a little bit quicker from the Sharkies, but yeah, that looks like they're sort of maybe starting a little bit to figure their footy out. Maybe the second half discussions with Craig Fitzgibbon and what he wants to see. They'll probably come out in the second half and have a bit more of an idea of what the style of footy is going to look like. They've obviously would have played different scenarios at training of how this would look as well. You would think so. Yeah, it just seems like they're sort of just getting used to it. Obviously, that Trindle being out would have shocked him a little bit, and it did. I think the Raiders scored straight after that. But yeah, they're starting to figure it out. The Sharks just moving the ball, seeing what space opens up, just playing a bit of footy with the Raiders, who haven't had a lot of possession the last couple of minutes. So yeah, the Sharks might put one more try on before halftime. We'll have to wait and see. A bit of a discombobulated line there from the Raiders. Yeah, penalty Sharks. Okay. So they'll probably get one more opportunity here. 40 seconds to go in this half. Let's see what they can do. Here we go, Hines. I've got a lot of time. Oh, Nickera. Oh. Oh, huge from Kyle Weeks. That's a massive play. Wow. Oh, how did he get that away? That's forward. Fuck, they're really trying here. Just put a kick into the other side. There's space. Oh, wow. Oh. Oh, no. No. That's forward. Hazelton thinks he's a fucking half. Oh, Kennedy. Oh, there's numbers. Kick in. Hiroti. Oh, Sanders. Wow. Goodness me. Jeez, that was intense. That's massive for the Sharks. They nearly conceded another one. The Raiders. Sharks were so close. Yeah, as I said, they're still figuring themselves out attacking wise. We'll have to see what they do in the second half. We might take a little bit of a break, but we will be back for the second half. Alrighty. All right, we're back. We live. We're back. Let's make sure Sideline FM is all on and going. All right, we're good. We're good. Get the YouTube chat up. Did manage to grab myself a little lunch as well, so we'll try not to give you too much ASMR. But look, I guess just some notes. The Sharks, obviously, they needed to sort of work out where they're at going into this second half with their attack. Just figuring out how they want to play with Brayley in that more hybrid role at 9 and obviously defending out there on that left edge as well. I imagine the Raiders will try and put him under a bit of pressure in the second half. But obviously with Hines as well, he's going to have to be doing a majority of the work. Brayley can take a couple of kicks out of the 9, but Hines is going to be doing a lot more kicking than what he's used to as well. So just figuring that dynamic out is going to be the key, I think, for the Sharks. And, for the Raiders, it's just, really trying hard to get into the end of the Sharkies, because whenever they've been in that red zone, they've pretty much scored points or had repeat sets. So it's just about continuing that for the Raiders. Yeah, Raiders, Sharkies looking okay. Not a bad little set from them, to be fair. Raiders still looking all right as well. They've just got to really find a way to get into that red zone. Try my best not to spill this on the lounge. Got a little bit of rice and tuna. Yeah, the Sharks have looked very good. They've definitely been on top to start this second half. Really good with their line speed defensively, but also been much better at getting into the red zone than the Raiders. The Raiders have looked a little bit disjointed to start this half. Let's see if they can start to turn it around. Yeah, the Sharks are making it very hard for the Raiders to get out of their own end. The Sharks are, Raiders are back? No. Oh, yeah. Much better. I mean, that's where you want the Sharks to be starting their sets if you're the Raiders. Took 2 kicks to get them there, but as I said, the Sharks have been way better at getting into the red zone than the Raiders have. So Raiders will really try their best to sort of keep them there, keep them here. Sorry, defensively. That's going to be with their line speed. Here we go. He did well to get it out, Billy Burns, but yeah, knock on Sharks. So Raiders will get another little opportunity close to the red zone. Throw a little prediction out there now. I think the Raiders will score off this set, or they might go for a repeat set and score the next one. Been very good in the red zone, the Raiders, once they get there. Just the Sharks have been better at getting into those spots. Here we go. Oh, Mulatalo. Tackle. Yeah, forward pass. Oh, that throws my prediction out of the water. Thank you, Colonel. Huge tackle from Ronnie. I reckon that just threw them off. Yeah, Luke Keary's making a good point. There is still that space out wide to cut out to Xavier Savage. They're really still trying to test out Brayley, but it seems like Brayley is holding his own. So maybe since the Sharks are so compressed with that defender who's in the wrong spot in Brayley, maybe they do just try and get into positions where they can throw that cutout pass to Savage and get him in the open out wide. We'll have to wait and see. For those just joining on, it is the Raiders up 18-14. But the Sharks have definitely started this half getting into good field position earlier on. Jesus, Weeks. Oh, God. Weeks. That was awful. That was awful by Kyo Weeks. Jeez, he'd be upset with that. Jesus. Kyle Weeks. I don't think he was expecting that pass, or I don't know what happened, just got flat-footed. Jesus, the Sharks are going to be in front. The Sharks are going to be up. That's massive. They've been the better side to start this half, but geez, I didn't expect the Raiders to give them a try that easy. Here we go. Sharks in good field position here. 27 odd minutes to go. Let's see what they can do. You'd think they score again here. Look at this shape. Savage is caught to win. Oh, if they got that pass set to Ronaldo Mulatalo, maybe they score. They're going to go back that way. Savage. Oh. Just couldn't get there, Ronnie. Off Ronnie, so 20-meter restart. I think that was off Savage. Cronulla are going to challenge this as well. It looked like it came off Savage, to be fair. So I can see where Hines is coming from. Yeah, okay, wow. So touched by Ronaldo first, and it was knocked on into Xavier Savage, and the bat from Savage is backwards, but they're playing to the knock-on in goal, which is going to be the 20-meter restart for the Raiders. Fair enough. Oh. Six again. Starling's onto the field now as well. Geez, they've waited a while to get him on. They've waited a long time to get him on the field. 25 minutes to go. Thought they would have got him on a little bit sooner, but I guess that's how much trust they have in Paddy and what he's doing at the moment, which is good to see. Yeah, the Sharks are really pressuring up with their defense now. They're really just trying to get in their face. I think that's been the thing with when they've tried to go down Brayley's way as well, because the line just comes up so fast. They can't really do much in terms of sending anyone Brayley's way, but because by the time they get there, they're just right up in their face. Oh, other than that one, other than that little run there from Nicholson, they're going to go down that right side again. Brayley's on him from marker. Kyle Weeks tried to put a little kick through. It's going to be 6 again. I think Raiders will score here. Oh, wow. Huge cutout pass to throw and you've just had a 6 again. Far out. They're just trying to score straight away. They've got 24 minutes to go. They could still sort of work to it. Oh, big Joey taps. Here we go. They took out Josh Papali'i then. Be interested to see if they show the replay. They might have set him up for a little short ball double lead or something, and one of the defenders is just committed straight on him, thinking he would get the ball close to the line. Oh, they thought they were going to go for the 2. They're going to chance their arm again, the Raiders. They did this in the first half as well. Rather than going for the 2, they just chanced their arm and ended up scoring a try and getting in front. Oh, Tarpanay just did it himself. Drags the whole Sharks forward pack with him. Good stuff. Joey Taps gets over. That's huge. Well done. Joey Taps. Steps back in. Prue's gone. Tries to get on the outside of Kennedy, does, and then just drags Hazelton with him. Drags Hazelton. Burns can't even get on him with the fend. And by the time Talakai gets there, he's already got the ball down. So athletic, Joey Tapane. One of the older forwards in the game. Obviously one of the more experienced, I should say. But far out, he's good. Gutho ruled out, says the Saints podcast. Huge. That's going to be fucking big for my multi, Elijah. That's going to be big for my multi, Elijah. What would that mean? Sloaney goes to fullback or something? Have they changed the team list yet? Matt Feeney at fullback. I imagine they've named Matt Feeney at fullback. I reckon Sloan plays fullback and Feeney probably plays on the wing, you'd think, Elijah. Yeah, I think Feeney will probably play wing or centre, and they'll play Sloan at fullback. I think they've named it that way just to throw a bit of a spanner in the works against the Tigers, but I think they'll run out a little bit differently. So Billy Burns and Iro getting a bit of extra work done in the break. But the Raiders are up. The Raiders are up 24-20. Huge try from Joey Taps. Elijah says, yeah, I agree. I wouldn't be surprised if Feeney stays, to be honest. He has played fullback for us before, but I would prefer Sloan. Yeah, I think it will be Sloaney, mate. I doubt Feeney will play fullback. I'd even go as far as saying I reckon Tyler Beckham Harris has more chance of playing fullback than Fine does. And there's no disrespect to Fine. I just prefer Fine on the wing or in the centres without seeing too much of him at fullback. I think Sloaney will do a job. Like, Sloaney's really creative out at the fullback position. I don't think Fine's played fullback this year. I think they'll just go with Sloaney, to be completely honest. But then again, like, Sloane's not going to be there next year. Matt Fine probably will be. So maybe that comes into it as well. Oh, yeah, both of them have gone to the Super League as well. Are they on to the same team? They are, aren't they? Far out. Yeah, well, look, in that case, it's definitely going to be Sloane then for me. Fino filled in for injury this year. Well, look, it's not. It would have been earlier in the year. I can't remember Fino being at fullback for too long in a game. God, I forgot Fino was leaving too. That's going to be interesting for the depth next year in the backs. Disruptor from Ronnie Mulatalo. So penalty Raiders. Interesting to see if they can jump back into the own end of the Cronulla Sharks here, maybe score some more points and build on this 4-point lead that they've got at the moment. Strong run from Tamale. Tell you what, he's been a lot more confident there in the centres than he has on the wing. Like, he's taken some really tough carries. He's been rattled a couple times, but he does seem a little bit more confident. A couple less errors from him there in the centres. Albeit they've gone the other way a lot of the time too in attack, so little kick there from Weeks. Good little chase there from the Raiders. They can't drag him back. They tried to, though. Offside. Matty Nicholson, eh? Good little kick there from Kyle Weeks. It's a shame that Nicholson was offside. If he stayed out of it, it would have been all right because the guy was already on the ground. There you go. Bradley's just sort of scooting out of 9. He's been a lot more productive in terms of what he was in the first half. He was sort of jumping into first receiver a couple times, or coming out of 9 and getting into that first receiver spot before passing, and he was doing a lot more half stuff where he's really just playing that 9 role now. So I guess it's just all on Hines to sort of be the architect of what they're doing. Bradley hops out of 9 and just plays his natural game a little bit more. Maybe that's Fitzgibbon's doing, just simplifying Bradley's role a little bit more. Here you go, Hines. Oh, wow. Oh, that was close from Nicker up. Quick play the ball. Oh, Kennedy was close, but it's a good spot for the Sharkies to be defending and to be defending the Raiders. A tough spot for the Raiders to start their set. Here we go. Just good line speed. Keep them here, the Sharkies, and then they'll put some points on. Here you go. Sharks need to work their way out. We'll see what they can do. They need to just get some good field position, force a couple penalties out of the Raiders, which they've been able to do already in this game. And then Hines just needs to be the architect, lay on a couple more tries. That's going to be the go. Just get good field position. Brayley and Hines will do the rest. Here we go. Good chase. Is that Ronnie again? No, it's KL. Good kick. Oh, Xavier's done something here. Is that a cramp? He just kicked in the calf or something. The way that's just sort of happened, that looks like he's done his calf or something. Yeah, that's a cramp. Yeah, he's better now. Oh, no, he's not in the line. Geez, surely they're going to recognise that if Savage isn't in the line, they've just got to go there straight away, the Sharks. Here you go. They're setting up that way. Yeah, Puru's playing a bit more of that role now, I think. It looks like Puru's playing a bit more of that 5'8" sort of role, but they've taken it out. They've one-on-one strip. Raiders, huge. Oh, shot. Talakai trying to make up for that one-on-one strip there from Starling. Tomoko's just sort of trying things. Offload. Tamale. Here we go. Hot Tamale. Here you go. A bit of disjointed line here. Trying to get Adam Mariota at some guys. Solid defense, though, from the Sharkies. Wow, Qatar nearly got through the line there as well. Off that back of that chase. God, the Sharks need a penalty or something. They just need to get into the red zone. The Raiders' defense has been pretty solid. They just need some more time in the red zone here, the Sharks. They've been there the last couple sets, haven't been able to crack stuff. One-on-one strip from Starling, but they need some more time in that red zone just to sort of figure out what they're doing. Again, I just feel like they are really trying to figure out how they're going to go about this game, and there's only 12 minutes to go to do that. Here we go. Hines, I imagine another crossfield kick here, coming back to the left-hand side, or not? They're going to go box kick to the right. Oh, Kennedy nearly got up there against Weeks. Yeah, we've said it all day. The Sharks still look a little bit confused as to how they're going to go about this game. Pura is now playing a bit more of a 5'8" role, so they've changed up what they're doing yet again. Kennedy looks a little bit disjointed as well. He's, I think Luke Keary was just saying on commentary then, that Kennedy still looks like he doesn't know whereabouts he should pop up. The structure and the shape's all different to what they usually play with. Trindle's in there, obviously, with him out of the side. Pura playing more of that second receiver role. It's just getting really awkward. Here you go. The Sharks get it back now. Sharks just really got to figure out what type of footy that they want to play, and Kennedy just needs to get in the right spots. Because, Brayley's gone back into that out-and-out 9 role, as I said. It seems like Fitzgibbon's spoken to Brayley, and he's just going to get back to what he does best in that 9 position. Puru's going to ball play a little bit there through the middle, like a second ball playing lock with McInnes there. You're going to get Hines just really running the show. There you go. So McInnes is on now. Puru is off. I think Puru just got a couple more minutes than probably what he was expecting to get in this game. So McInnes is sort of playing like a hybrid 5'8" now, and Hines will go to halfback. Oh, Hines is at halfback. Oh, that was unlucky. That was unlucky from the Sharks. About 10 minutes to go. Sharks need a huge opportunity here. Oh, wow. Kennedy's free. What a run from Kennedy. That was out of nowhere. First tackle. Let's see if the Sharks can get over here. Short side. It's got to be through Hines. If they're going to do anything, it's got to be through Hines. God, he nearly lost that ball. Hines, here we go. He's going to lay it to set up to go right side. Or are they going to do a little crush play? That was weird. I think they're really just not used to having that extra ball player there. It's really fucking them up. Oh, here we go. Militalo. Wow. Jeez, he did well if he's reached over his back and put that down. It looked a little bit short. They're going to check for an obstruction on the lead runner, but I think Jared Sutton said that's all good. So we might even just be looking at the grounding. He said short as well on the grounding too. It doesn't have any effect because they're already too far out. It's not going to affect anything. Like Hines is already, by the time he would have got to him, Hines would have already thrown that ball out the back. Yeah, it's sweet. He gets through the line. That wasn't the bloke they were supposed to be looking at, but that's sweet. Here you go, Mulatalo. Does he get it on the line? Does he get it? Oh. I think that's short. If he gets it on the line, it's just on the line. That's a good angle. I think it's short. Yeah, can you zoom in on this bunker thing, or are they only just surely just get the iPad out and just zoom in? – . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Yeah, no try. I think it's short anyway. Yeah, I think I think it's grounded short. You can't even zoom in to tell. So it was close for sure. Like fucking nearly got there. I like in full speed. I don't know. For me, it's no try. I'd say it's no try for me. I'm happy with it, but fuck, they got close to scoring there. As I said, when they get in the red zone, when they start to figure out what they're doing, Hines gets involved. They'll put on some points. Hines has set up some tries for them single-handedly this year, including going over himself with a little nice bit of footwork at the line. It's just about keeping the Raiders down here now. They've really got to keep the Raiders down here. I'd say to be comfortable, they need to score 2 tries to sort of seal the deal here, but one will get him in a 2-point lead. That's not going to help. Oh, that should have been called a high tackle. Jesus, that was missed from Jared Sutton. Good little drag back there on big taps. Here we go. The Raiders. Oh. It's gone up. Here we go. Let's see if the Sharks can do something here. 4th tackle. They've definitely got to try and get further into the red zone. Just got to chance their arm a little bit. Hines really needs to start to heavily inject himself, which he's sort of starting to do now. Oh, Cronulla ball. That's huge. Knock on from Canberra. Canberra are going to challenge it, but 5 minutes to go. Sharks in good field position. Can they get the job done? Let us know in the YouTube comments, guys, or in the Sideline FM comments. Yeah, okay. So challenge unsuccessful from the Raiders. Maybe just a tactic to get that bit of breath back in the lungs defensively to set up for a set on their line, which I don't mind that either. Here we go. We've got a little play down the short side here, but Canberra look like they've got numbers for it. Oh, no, going the opposite way. Oh, Mortal nearly got on the outside there, but it wasn't to be. You go, Idog's going to go for a nice little settler run. Let's see if they can set up some shape. Here we go. Oh, Brayley. Oh, McInnes. Jeez, that was a knock on, but thank fuck they missed that. Here we go. Oh. 5th tackle, short side, short side. Oh, penalty. Go, just tap. Just tap. They've got to tap. Fuck, they just got to set up a play down this right-hand side with Hines. He's going to get it now. Cheeky little Lunders. Let's set up to that post. He wants one more. Oh, Hines started to go short side last minute, so they had to give it straight out to yeah, see, it's very they're all heaps confused as to what they're doing. Like Hines, he has to do everything. As I said, if they had like a Riley Pollard or one of these guys coming off the bench, like in jersey 18 or 19, they could just bring him on in the halves. It would have Niwai Puru as well, like Hoipa Puru's brother. I feel like they could have just, plugged that hole really well, but Hines is just doing, it's not to say Hines is doing too much, but like he's forced to do too much. Like it shows how much of an impact Trindle has on this side. It just, taking pressure off Hines just to go at play. Knock on Canberra. So the Sharks will get another opportunity. I tell you what, the Raiders' defense on their line, though, pretty solid. I just haven't seen enough from the Sharkies still have the side to score points and put points on. They've got a really good creative footy side. I just feel like with McInnes in that extra forward role and, Brayley's obviously playing an out-and-out hooker role now as well. It's just like Hines is doing everything. And it's so predictable. And Hines knocked it on. Wow, that's huge for Canberra. This is going to be a big win for Canberra if they can knock this off, and I think they will too. 15 consecutive tackles they've withheld on their line. Oh, Hines didn't lose it. I don't think Hines lost it. Strange tried to force it out with his head. Well, I don't know if Hines lost that ball. Here we go. Last tackle, Canberra. They needed to have a better set then. They needed to get some more field position. Here you go. Sharks with one more opportunity, I think, to put some points on. About a minute left. Last chance for the Sharks if they want to put some points on. I just don't know if they have the attack right now without Trindle to put points on. Oh, they're really trying. They're really trying. Here we go, Hines. Here we go. Will, no. Burns. They need to go down this left-hand side. Oh, they're already back now. They need to quicker play the ball. Oh, McInnes. Going too deep in the line. They're going to go right. They're going to run it. They're going to run it. Katoa. Oh. That's a huge win for Canberra. That's a massive win for Canberra. Huge. Well done, Raiders. That's massive. Geez, they really struggled with Trindle off the field. They really struggled there. They just had no idea what they were doing. At one stage, they had Brayley in that hybrid role. Then however, Puru came on, and Puru was playing a bit of 5'8/lock. Then they had McInnes there. McInnes sort of didn't know what he was doing as well. It didn't seem that there was that level of communication, what his role was specifically. McInnes was running more lead lines than he was setting blokes up, where at least Puru was sort of trying to set blokes up. Hines was just, in the end, was just doing too much. Raiders, like, great defense on their line. Like 15 consecutive tackles they had to defend on their line with a bunch of 6 scans. The next couple of weeks, if they're without Trindle, that's going to be so interesting to see what the go is and how they play. That's a huge loss for them. We'll talk about it on Momentum on Monday night, coming out on Tuesday. I think Trindle will probably play next week, to be completely honest. I don't think they can afford to lose him for any weeks, to be fair, after watching this. I mean, they guaranteed a spot in finals. Maybe they just rest him until the finals and they play like a Riley Pollard or one of these younger blokes in there for a couple of weeks and just see how that goes. I don't know what the I think Sharks are they're pretty much guaranteed to play finals this year already. So that was a huge win by the Raiders. All right, we'll leave it there, guys. Thanks for joining on. Appreciate ya. We're going to leave it there. Thanks for hopping on.